when we are making a cut on a branch that's too large for our pruning shears or our loppers, I want to encourage everyone to make 3 cuts. Actually, there's a strategy here. You make your first cut underneath 2 other cuts. So the idea is, if this branch were to break as you're cutting it, or not make a clean cut, the bark won't peel off the entire, way down the tree as the branch falls. So you make a cut underneath to cut the bark and the first couple layers of wood or the branch. And then you make your second cut exterior to that. And just cut it all the way through. It can be a little gnarly, a little messy, and that's where your third cut comes in to clean it up. And sometimes it's better to use a saw for this stuff, just depending on the size of the branch. When we are cutting branches, it's important to cut at like a 45-degree angle, so that water doesn't end up pooling. Just even little droplets can pool on the ends of these branches, and a 45-degree cut just prevents problems from occurring in the future. If you have water kind of sitting for a prolonged period on a branch, on wood, that wood expands, becomes softer, becomes more accessible to insects and then disease. We don't want to cut a branch higher inward or more inward, more interior than the root collar. We want to maintain that root collar. It's part of the tree's natural formation, and it's just important to keep that intact. The branches we want to maintain, we want to encourage to become fruit-bearing branches, have a degree, an angle of more than 40 degrees and less than 90 degrees. Those are our strongest branches. That's what we want to encourage. So you think of, a 90-degree turn, we want, about that angle or a little bit less of a sharp right angle. So remember again, the 4 Ds, 45-degree cuts, 45 to 90-degree branches. So this is helpful.